Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, just got done with night one of WrestleMania 40, the Saturday night episode. I will get the Sunday episode watched tomorrow morning and get the video up right afterwards. Same way with some of the other stuff, finishing up Ring of Honor and some other the collective stuff as well. So that'll all be up tomorrow before Monday Night Raw begins. Alright, first match on WrestleMania Saturday from the Lincoln Financial Field there in Philadelphia. First match was the WWE Women's Championship on the line. We had champion Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, the man. Rhea Ripley got sung to the ring, which is pretty cool. Both of these women were very physical when it started. I'm actually shocked that Rhea was able to retain the title because Becky was taking it to her. Both were very methodical in their trying to take each other apart. At one point in time, it looked like Becky kind of hurt her shoulder. Rhea was going after it. Same way with Rhea. Rhea had, looked like had a knee or something. I don't remember what it was now. But Becky was kind of methodically going after her. I think after, a 17-minute match, these two women put on a hell of a show. Rhea ended up getting Becky in a body scissors, and Becky was able to get out of it somehow. But Rhea ended up getting the pinfall victory. I ended up giving it 3 3/4 star. Next up, we had the 6-pack ladder match for the, as advertised, undisputed tag team champions. We found out on Raw they talked about it. Michael Cole made a comment about they were going to split the title. They're going to have both sets of titles hanging up there, and you had to retrieve them both. So it was kind of like a 2-fall match, but you had 2 ladder matches in one. One for the Raw tag team titles and one for the SmackDown tag titles. If the same team could have got them both, but in this case they ended up not doing that. But there was some huge spots in it. Everybody spotted on the outside right after the match began, and I love the fact that A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, they try to sneak up the ladders. They grab ladders. Everybody's fighting on the outside. They grab ladders, look at each other, and each of them are climbing the ladder. Then everybody realized it because you're not sneaking up a ladder in the middle of a stadium. And then everybody came in and broke it up. There were some big spots, and these were not a normal WWE lately spots. These were old school WWE, more of an indie kind of spots. Obviously when you get ladder matches, there's big spots everyone does. The spot where the ladder is from the outside of the ring to the announce table. Who went through that one? Ciampa went through that one. I think it was Ciampa. Yeah, Ciampa went through that one, I believe. You had Waller took the big spot outside. You had J.D. McDonough get involved. He took a big spot off the ladder through a table. You had Tyler Bate doing the airplane spin with Finn Balor and a ladder. Can't forget, R-Truth. He took the hot tag from Miz to get in the match. Yeah, you heard me. Hot tag from Miz. And then he pins someone and he counts 1, 2, 3 and jumps up and thinks they won. And Miz had to tell him it was a ladder match. If y'all remember the time he brought a ladder into the Royal Rumble, I'm just saying. It's R-Truth for you. Truther. So you had big spots like that. You had a couple other, when they bring the ladder between the ladder in the middle of the ring and the ropes, they did that big spot. I think that's one that Ciampa took. Gargano took one off the top of the ladder through a table. You just had all kinds of huge ladder spots in this thing. And then the first piece of it, you had A-Town Down Under go up and grab the SmackDown tag titles. And so Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are your new SmackDown tag team champions. And then we kept the match going. That's when JD got involved. And what really caught me was, I don't know if, obviously we know the outcome is typically predetermined. If Truth wasn't ready, or they're trying to kill time, or I know I was talking to J-Man about it today, and he was talking about the ladder was buckling, but the referee was like, Priest, and hits him in the leg, trying to get his attention, and he looks down at her, and then he slow walks it up the ladder, does the pose, and then I think Miz got on, somebody else got on the ladder, they ended up swapping ladders out, so I was like, that was kind of a weird deal for me, but then R-Truth and The Miz climb up, grab the Raw Tag titles. Awesome Truth, your new Raw Tag Team Champion. So we've now split those titles up, 2 different teams. Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under, Raw and SmackDown. So that was good. I ended up giving it a 4-star. It was a fantastic ladder match. Next up, we had the father versus son. We had Andrade teaming up with Rhea, going up against Dominik Mysterio and Santos Escobar. This was a cluster. You had the LWO getting involved. You had the Legado del Fantasma getting involved. You had them all kind of fighting on the outside with each other. And then you had these 2 mysterious luchadors come in and come across the barriers, get involved. And then we found out afterwards it was current Philadelphia Eagles defensive player, and I think maybe offense, I don't remember, Lane Johnson, and retired center for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Kelsey. They're now luchadors. I was like, okay, this is kind of awkward, but I get it. In Philadelphia, you want to get the Philadelphia football players in. Football players and WrestleMania have always kind of been a thing, hand in hand. Go look at some of the early stuff. Overall, the match was okay. I never gave it a 3-star with Andrade and Rey Mysterio getting the victory. And then Jason Kelsey comes in. And I think it was Pat McAfee goes, and now what's her name's brother-in-law? Nah, they're not married yet. And you get Corey Greer's going, I don't know. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm like, oh my God, that is pretty epic. It was an okay match. I mean, nothing huge major went on. Just kind of everybody got involved on the outside. Next up, we had for the 3rd time in the history of WrestleMania, brother versus brother. We had Owen and Brett. We've had Matt and Jeff Hardy. Now we have Jey and Jimmy Uso. This was pretty much a big just fest for me. Jey ended up attacking Jimmy before the bell. And then it was just like weird. It was weird. Like it was like zero dynamic there. Overall, I ended up giving it 2 3/4, so I didn't hate it that bad. But there was really the big part of it was Jey was beating up on Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, "Don't do it, don't do it." He's like, I'm sorry, I want us together." Jimmy's saying this to Jey, and he's like, "We can be a tag team again. I'm sorry, you're right. The bloodline doesn't. We need to leave the bloodline. You're right." And just don't do it, okay. And they hug, and then Jimmy turns on him and ends up trying to almost win the match, and then Jey ended up coming back from that and winning the match. So it's kind of like, that happened? But, so yeah. So Jey ended up beating Jimmy. And he said 2 3/4 star. It was okay. Next up, we had the 6-women tag match. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi. Going against Damage Control, Asuka, Dakota Kai, and Kairi Sane. Remember, Asuka and Kairi Sane are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Bianca Belair, former WWE Women's Champion. Jade Cargill, this is her 2nd match in WWE, and then Naomi returning at Royal Rumble. Overall, they all 3 look strong. I think they look stronger than Damage Control looked weak, if that makes sense. I didn't think they really made Damage Control look that weak, but they made all 3, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, look really strong. Overall, I am excited to see what they end up doing with Jade Cargill. I know there's been a lot of stuff online and a lot of shade being thrown this week with WWE against AEW. And so it's like, I don't understand, your biggest week, your biggest WrestleMania ever, WrestleMania 40, and you're choosing interviews to throw shade at your competition. I don't get that. But hey, maybe I'm not supposed to get that. I'm just a wrestling fan. And as you can see by Rubber Sports Show, I'm a independent wrestling fan. I'm an AEW fan. I'm a WWE fan. I'm a TNA fan. I'm a Ring of Honor fan. I'm a fan of all of it. Yeah, I mean, I get people's dislike for the other company, as people would say. Just enjoy pro wrestling, because you know what? The more competition there is, the better the other company is doing, the better WWE's done. It's a track record of that. When WWE is the only game in town, they suck. When WWE has competition, WCW, AEW, they take it off. And that's what WWE is doing right now. They are in the process of just the best is yet to come. And that's what Tripp was saying. It's like, okay, I'm good with that. I want good entertainment. I want to be able to, oh my God, it's Monday night, I have to turn into Raw. Oh my God, it's Friday night, I have to turn into SmackDown. Even when they go to Raw goes to Netflix, I want to be able to go, Raw was on Netflix because of blank, blank, blank. But Attitude Era, bring it back. Let's go. But, they all three look strong. They got the victory. I ended up giving it 3-star. We'll see where it goes from here. We'll see what they do with Jade Cargill. I know, making her look like a modern-day China. Just that imposing figure who's athletic and who can wrestle. There you go, I know there's been stuff where they've had to retrain her, whatever, I think she should have been, like I said in the preview, she should have went to NXT for a handful of matches and just had a bunch of squash matches. And then everyone went, whoa, check her out. She had an impressive appearance in the Rumble. Now she's been in Mania. What's next? Where do you go from here? We need to see more of her. We need to see her in a feud. We need to see her, what she can do one-on-one in the ring. But we'll see what happens with Damage Control going forward. We know that Io Sky has the big title match tonight. I'm definitely going to watch it tomorrow. But all right, next up was our sub-main match. We had WWE Intercontinental title on the line, champion Gunther holding the title 666 days. Oop, that's a taboo number, 666. That's the devil. Going up against Sami Zayn. I love the fact they had the whole personal side of Sami Zayn backstage with his wife and son. And then Chad Gable, you got this, you've always had this. And then when he walks to Gorilla, there stands Kevin Owens, and Kevin's like, go get him, Kind of like they had their WrestleMania moment as a team last year. Now Sami Zayn has this match to try to get his own WrestleMania moment. First part of this man's match, Gunther took it to him. Sami was able to kick out multiple powerbombs. Sami was able to kick out more powerbombs. And then you had Gunther just toying with him. Gunther's going to the top rope and doing 2 splashes, one for each side, then taunting Sami's wife, and just like, whoa. Sami started hulking up at that point. Sami was able to hit the couple big moves. He ended up hitting a brainbuster off the top rope. And which is kind of like, let's pull this file cabinet, old school moves, brainbuster, there we go. And then he hit 2 haluva kicks and was able to get the pinfall in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn, your new Intercontinental Champion. A little over 15 minutes for that match. Hella good. I ended up giving it 4 1/4. But definitely hella good. One of the better Intercontinental title matches of all time. It ranks right there with Flair Steamboat. So that's kind of the level I would put this Intercontinental title match. Main event, we had the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, The Rock going against Cody and Seth Rollins. If Cody and Seth won, Bloodline was banned from ringside on the night 2. If they lost, Bloodline rules on night 2. They fought all over the arena. Rock and Cody fought a little bit. Rock and Seth fought off into the crowd. Cody and Roman went up on the ramp. Seth and Rock went out in the crowd. They fought through the crowd. They fought back. They fought on the outside. Rock tells the referee at one point, if you count, I will fire your fucking ass. It's like, so the referee was almost pointless. The referee couldn't do anything because he's ready to get fired at this point. Rock took it to Seth Rollins. Oh my God. I hope Seth's not actually hurt his knee on that one. That was wild. Roman ended up spearing the Rock at one point. Seth pushes Cody out of the way. Cody ended up hitting rock bottom on the Rock through the announce table, and that's when Roman speared the Rock through, or when Roman speared Seth for the ringside area. So you had big moves like that, but you had no pinfall yet. Then you end up having The Rock pin Cody. It's like, whoa. I was actually kind of shocked by that. I ended up giving it 3 3/4. The Rock and Roman winning. That means Bloodline rules tonight. Obviously, this video will be up after that match is over. I don't know the outcome. I haven't seen any spoilers or anything. I don't want to. I definitely want to watch it in the morning. So we'll see what happens tomorrow when it comes to that. My speculation would be Bloodline rules. Somehow Cody ends up winning. I don't think he does, honestly. My true feeling on it is Roman retains. They're going to wait till September. Roman's going to beat Hogan's record. Just like they talked about tonight, or on night one, they talked about he tied Hulk Hogan for the most main events at WrestleMania. I think they're going to do the same thing with the title. I think he beats Rock. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely review that first thing tomorrow morning. Get it watched early in the morning. And finish up Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. So this is WrestleMania Night 1 review. Again, we'll get Sunday up tomorrow. A little bit late on everything. Just, you know what? So much wrestling going on. So much going on in the world. So we're going to get that taken care of. As always, the attendance was announced, 72,543. I'm assuming that counts the wrestlers in the back and counts all the production people and everything, because that's typically what WWE does. They were advertising 67,000 and 72,000. Really? Where'd the 5,000 come from? But it is what it is. Those numbers are those numbers. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. My guess is tomorrow will be higher, even though they're both sold out. But, we'll figure out how that works. But anyway, this is WrestleMania Night 1. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader. Sports show content.